Have you ever scrolled through your to-do list and feel like you are at the worst buffet of your life? Emails, I will pass. Team sync at 8 a.m. Hard no. Mild panic wrapped in granola bar. Yes, please. Welcome to episode 9. If you are tired of being tired, then this one is for you. Hey, welcome back to She Works It Out, the podcast for anyone who feels like they are in full-blown juggling act minus applause and way too more emails. I'm Sonal, your host and fellow overcommitter. I once signed up to lead a fundraiser, help with the school pickup, and meet client deadline all in one afternoon. Plot twist, I did none of it well. Today we are talking about burnout. Not the glam kind where you unplug and do yoga on a balcony in Bali. No, not that one. I'm talking about the real kind. The one where you cry in your car because your kid asked what's for dinner and you haven't eaten your lunch yet. Let's dive in, shall we? My first story today is the day I forgot it was Monday. I woke up feeling great. Made Sunday style breakfast, the pancakes, eggs, coffee, music. I even lit a candle like I was in a brunch commercial. Then I checked my phone. Subject was, "Are you joining?" And the message inside was, "Meeting started 10 minutes ago." Turns out it was Monday. I was in my pajama flipping pancakes while my team was waiting on Zoom to discuss some Q2 numbers. No makeup, no notes, no idea it was Monday. I joined late, still smelling like maple syrup, and I said something about synergy until the call was over. So the lesson here is, when your mind thinks it's Sunday on a Monday, that's not a cute mix-up. That's your mind waving a little white flag saying slow down. But even when you try to slow down, burnout finds sneaky ways in, like in next one. The self-care spiral. So one weekend, I told myself, that's it, no work, just rest. I lit a candle, put on soft music. I even attempted a face mask that smelled like a spa and regret. I was ready for peace, inner calm, bliss. 10 minutes later, I deep cleaned the fridge, alphabetically arranged my kids' books, and I created a spreadsheet for all my spice jars. Somehow, my coriander got a new container, but my brain still felt like a browser with 37 tabs open. Was I relaxed? Not even close. Was my kitchen sparkling? Oh, sure. So the lesson here is, self-care isn't about scented candles or cleaning to feel in control. It's about actually resting. Sometimes doing nothing is the brave choice. Of course, the signs were always there, or signs are always there, but sometimes you don't notice them until you say yes to most unhinged things, like the next one. My next story is the week my mixer turned against me. So here's the thing, I can bake. Actually, I like baking. Cupcakes, usually my love language. But that week, I was held together by caffeine, dry shampoo, and pure delusion. Then a parent at school said, "Hey, could you bring 50 cupcakes for a bake sale?" And instead of saying, "I'm swamped," my brain short-circuited and I heard myself, "Go, totally, I can do it. I will make lemon and vanilla cupcakes from scratch." Why did I do that? I have no idea. But cut to 11:30 p.m. Thursday night. The mixer was running, the kitchen looked crazy like a pastry crime scene. I was out of cupcake liner, down to one egg, using oat milk as a rebel. Um, at some point, I was whispering affirmations to the frosting and I was saying, "You are enough, please pipe evenly." At 1 a.m., I had these 50 cupcakes ready. Some looked fine, some looked like they are emotionally overbaked, and me, I looked like I had been in a bake-off with life. So the lesson here is, just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to. Saying yes when you're already stretched is a recipe for burnout, even if cupcakes taste amazing. My next story is the day I tried to do it all anyway. So it was one of those days, back-to-back meeting, grocery list a mile long, parents-teacher conference at 6, presentation due by 7. I told myself, you have got this. Spoiler, I did not. Somewhere between reheating leftover and replying to emails on my phone while in checkout line, I realized I haven't eaten all day. By evening, I was standing in my kitchen, I think reheating soup or some pasta or something. I was searching for some utensils to serve food and I couldn't find it. I cracked tears over Tupperware. My kids walked in, looked at me and said, "Mom, it's okay. We can just eat straight from the pot." And I think that's what we did. Couple of spoons and a pot, no judgment. So the lesson here is, you don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't win an award for doing it all. And sometimes the most comforting meal isn't perfectly plated. It's shared with someone who just gets it. Dinner from the pot, that's not a failure. That's a rustic resilience. My final story today is the sick day that saved me and my sanity. So it started with sore throat, but I ignored it like any overachieving adult who thinks rest is optional and deadlines are sacred. By day 2, I had fever, chills, and dramatic cough that made me sound like Victorian orphan. Still, I tried to check my emails, which by the way is a gateway drug of burnout. By day 3, I was horizontal, wrapped in 3 blankets and hallucinating a conversation with my Google Calendar. That's when I gave up. I messaged my team. Out sick, fully, no laptop, no messages, no guilt. Okay, some guilt. And then something wild happened. Nothing, like actually nothing fell apart. The meetings went on. The project moved forward. My team handled things like actual human beings who knew, like capable people. Yeah. At home, no gourmet meals were made. My kids survived on cereal, toast, and a lot of jam and applesauce. Laundry piled up, dishes were chilling in sink, and guess what? No one died, no one was emotionally drained, and I, the designated do-it-all, finally slept. For 2 whole days, I slept like bills weren't due, the world wasn't spinning, and when I woke up, I didn't feel behind. I felt clear enough to realize I wasn't the problem, my pace was. The guilt, manufactured. The pressure, mostly internal. The chaos, still there, but I didn't need to hold all of it. And the lesson here is, rest isn't a reward you earn at the end of to-do list. Rest is a need, like food, like water, like a decent Wi-Fi connection. And if you don't schedule it, your body will. And sometimes burnout doesn't wave a red flag. it just sends you to bed with a Vicks on your chest and stack of untouched emails. So listen early or get into rest with a side of cough drops. Let's wrap up. If the burnout buffet is calling your name again, here is your reminder. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to say yes because you can. What do you need? A nap? Some water? A boundary or two? And maybe a laugh that turns into an exhale. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to rest. And if you have been waiting for permission to drop the perfection, here it is. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. Hit that button like it's a snooze alarm and Monday can wait. And hey, send me your burnout stories or the subtle sign or the dramatic crashes or the cupcake that broke your spirit. I want to hear it all. Until next time, stretch, sip something warm, breathe like you mean it, and keep working it out. One no thanks at a time.